Hello everyone, let's come back to Outer Worlds. It's one of the DLCs. Alright, I guess kind of finished here. Wait, there was actually another door that I didn't check and I could open. Nothing important. What is this for? Just for loot? I guess so.
What floor would you like to visit?
Exit the Grand Colonial?
To the lobby we go!
What kind of floor is that?
Black Hole Bertie.
I bet we'll get that gun at some point that Halcyon Helen has.
Be thankful the whole place doesn't smell this bad. It's surprising this pool is the only thing in such a state around here, considering how the elite usually comport themselves.
Rules: no running, no brisk walking, no galloping, no prancing, no lingering on pool grounds without a lingering pass, minimum price of 2,000 bits, no splashing water higher than 3.48 feet, no roughhousing without a roughhousing pass. What is a roughhousing? No swimming or lounging without food or drink in hand. Failure to adhere to these rules will result in a fine. This fine will be multiplied to the power of the number of rules you've broken. There is no maximum fine amount.
Excuse me.
Multiplied
The pool
by the
plaza is
power.
currently closed to guests.
Huh.
Oh, you're that inspector,
Yes,
right?
uniform.
Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for
I
you?
like how he did emphasis on that. You're that inspector. Not just like, oh, you're that as inspector. I feel like there's been a miscommunication with the actor. Where does this pool look all green?
Space me if I knew. I got here for my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it.
This morning, so it happened just before the Spectrum Brown launch?
Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping.
Face down in his own spit?
Look, I call it how I see it. They found the poor slackwit alongside syringes enough to put down a herd of mantisaurs. His family will have to be fined. Rizzo should have been more careful about who they hired. They're lucky nothing got permanently damaged.
Something about this sounds off killer. I'd like to take a look around.
Alright. You may want to visit the Sun Parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used. Oh, and you could talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do for you?
I've got some questions about the pool.
So long as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like.
Pretty heavy arm for a pool guard, aren't you?
Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out.
You said that Reese's hired someone to do the cleaning?
Yep, still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got tripicale for brains, but that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting. I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things. Sounds good to me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer used in the Purpleberry Orchards. The other 20% is semblant of pool water.
Mechanical contraption for propagating chemicals and substances above through the pool water. Through the pool water? Someone has scratched a sentence into the filter's plating. Irian was here. Ah, my cat wants out. Be right back. Oh shit, okay. That's a long way.
A sudden death knockout court? Surprised the Byzantines fancy this. We played it on a rudimentary court in prison. Sudden death being more literal than euphemistic.
What are the rules? Is it like Squid Game tennis? Another crazy stick.
I hope the murderer is caught soon.
We're in the middle of a lockdown. No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Fergus. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right. Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want?
Who's Matthias?
An idiot. I suspect he's avoiding me, actually, which is the first smart thing he's done all month. Sorry, but do you need something? Between the landing pad, lockdowns, gate closures, and constant questions from angry guests, I've got a lot on my plate. And if that don't beat all, one of my crew is AWOL.
Easy, Matthias.
I wish. Matthias is about as useful as a manta queen in a Saltuna cannery. Wouldn't give a damn if he were lost. Frankly, he'd be doing me a favor.
If he were lost, it's specifically marked here to have an emphasis, but there was no emphasis on this word. A missing person? I'm actually an inspector. Could look into that for you.
If you're serious, I'd appreciate the help. He's been missing a few days, and we're low on staff as it is.
Few days? Why'd you wait until now to search for him?
It's not exactly uncommon for slug agents to go on the odd bender. They'll pick a place they think I don't know about and hunker down. Usually I don't bother with the discipline and paperwork. Gotta pick your battles. Thing is, they usually resurface within 24 hours, or at least yell for medical help. This guy, not a peep.
I'll look into it. What do I need to know?
The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than stand here and look tough. Friendly type. Well-behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but O'Connell's not really the type. He was last stationed at the Wilderness checkpoint. I'd search there first.
I'll get on that.
We're all part of the Rizzo family.
Ooh, persuade +5. Shit. Yeah, if I didn't have that perception helmet, I would have that. But I feel like perception might be more important in investigations. Ooh. Cushioned souls? Oh, just walk speed. Lame.
Now keep quiet.
Damn, that's a giant wire. Must cost a whole lot of fuel. So they're not hovering in the air, they're just moving along the orbit. Interesting. Okay, this pistol is crazy. Wait, what?
Watch a pro at once! Anyone else?
I smite you in the name of the law! Nice kill! Nice hit!
Wait,
On your right, Captain!
I smell blood.
They're practicing then! No! I smell blood!
it is not good.
Gonna find you!
They're going to fight back. They seem to be tougher. I'm not sure. Mauled too many times by canids. You get the jitters every time one's attacking, making you less effective. Perception, dexterity. But when they're attacking... Kinophobia. To get a perk point. This one is not too bad. Actually, now base armor 5 is really not that much. Because it escalates with the level. Either this, tactical time dilation, extra 25%, or maybe extra headshot damage in tactical time. I mean, armor could be still fine. No, their pistols are normal level.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The garb on this security guard identifies him as a member of the Rizzo's corporation. His rank would have been that of Jawbreaker or higher. This security guard has experienced premature expiration. Evidence strongly suggests a conflict with marauders.
Tell me something I don't know. Find 3 bits and half-eaten Rizzo's purple berries crunch. At least he left this world happy. What do you mean pay respects? Who is this? Was that the guy we needed to find or no? Oxycomp aromatic. This seems actually pretty strong. Another one.
Security Officer Danvers, nightly report number 27. No sign of trouble, but I'm on the lookout. If it's out there, I'll find it. Wait, I think I see someone. Approaching now. Excuse me, sir or madam. I require your participation in my nightly security report.
cooling sprint speed. Ooh, okay. Damn it. What the? Refrigerator frost damage? This gun is the answer to the question, what happens if you add engine coolant to a plasma carbine? This is very great. And it's a sniper rifle? Great. I feel like we'll be with this weapon for a long time, because the level of it is off the charts.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Where? Whoa! Jesus. Why not? Why sometimes they can't swap weapons? Now Ailey can swap weapons, but not Vicar. Oh, okay, now he can. This?
Hey, Crew C. It's Amelia. Evan must have gotten into the Spectrum in these crates. Listen to this.
Come out! Come out to play!
Wow, he's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off. I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
Just on the roof? Seems to be parkour to be had. There is something on top. Fuck. It's very hard to sprint because of this gap. Whoa.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This card also expired prematurely, following a violent encounter with marauders.
The spark of life is fled. The mortal form is naught but the basic elements of which it is comprised, to be molded once again as the great plan dictates.
Okay. Another crazy weapon. Why not? Now she can. What? Wait, shit. I didn't install two mods at the same time. One got destroyed. Oh, this one can't be upgraded. So, some weapons have locked-in modifications. Can't change them.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Yeah, it is above. I can see this shimmering. It seems like it's supposed to get on here, but they made it pretty hard. There we go.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This card also expired prematurely, following a violent encounter with marauders.
I haven't tried this hammer.
I won't tell.
Ah. Connector complex maintenance terminal keycard. Where do I find that? Fuck, another bolter piece. This one is even crazier, actually. Oh, I just made the plasma rifle better. I think it's still better. Like, DPS does not mean every time a better thing. I think you should look at the level of the weapon. This one deals 263 uncharged. Uses energy? Yep. there were hacking opportunities. How much did I need? Oh, okay. Well, he gives me 14 here, but he not in the quarters. Damn it. Because he's not like with me as a group in the quarters where I need 80 hacking. I feel like the checks here are much higher than they should be because I think I'm supposed to be here later at level like 30, but they allowed me to be here much earlier. What level was I when I got here? Like 15? Hmm. Should I get more hacking and lockpick? I don't know. I feel like there's going to be very hard checks for persuasion and science that I don't really want to miss. Damn it. But lockpick, I guess I could go with that, but hacking I kind of want to learn a bit more about what is going on. I just need 4 on the next level. Fuck, I sold the hacking jacket, god damn it. Fuck. What is this? I can...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's Rizzo's!
Leash.
Welcome to the Purpleberry Nut Hut, you wonderful, wonderful customer! Thank you for giving my humble existence value.
We cannot add value to your existence. Everyone has their place in the plan. And you seem overjoyed with yours.
I sure am! Good lamps you got on you to take notice.
Squint at the thing on her neck. But why? Let's not pretend it's normal.
Now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple somethings? Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
Anything you can tell me about the orchards?
I'm so glad you asked. The orchards are my third favorite subject, with my first being Rizzo's refreshing drinks and my second being Rizzo's toothsome confectionaries. Our orchards are the source of 63% of Rizzo's total produce, which correlates to 112% of fresh goods throughout all of Halcyon. Give or take a few percent, of course. If you want to know more about each part of the orchards, might I recommend one of our fantastic tours? One of our options is even audio-guided as a special bonus feature.
I might be interested in hearing more about your tours.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Our tours are my fourth favorite subject. Every part of the orchards is so rich with Rizzo's lore. Buy a tour ticket and anoint yourself with knowledge.
What are my options?
We have 3 tour options: Premium, Premium Plus, and the Golden Ticket. Each option is wonderful in its own special way. Premium includes a 10-minute pass to the Sprat Petting Zoo. Premium Plus comes with the novelty Purpleberry and Amber, and the Golden Ticket is audio-guided in addition to being self-guided.
I'll buy a ticket.
Which kind would you like?
I'd like the golden ticket.
You're in luck. We have 1 left. Normally they're 100 bits, but seeing how I'm sold out of everything else, I can give it to you for just 90. How does that sound? That's great. Thank you so much.
Alton Helen was in the orchards before she died. Have you seen her?
No, I'm sorry. The only celebrity who shopped recently is Black Hole Birdie. Quite the affable man, as it so happens. And the stories are wrong. He could probably lift 2 benches of tossball players at once, not just one. Laws, not just affable, but virile, too. Ooh, wait a minute. Now that his beau's dead, that means Birdie's single. Maybe I'll strike up a little more than conversation the next time he comes by.
You do know Birdie's a suspect in Helen's murder investigation, right?
Oh my! Birdie, a murderer? Well, everyone has their flaws. I'll be sure not to bring it up on our first date.
I should have sold things to her. Oops.
Our alcohol stocks are...
Here we have the Rizzo's Purpleberry Nut Hut trademark. All manner of cool drinks and sweet treats are available at nominal cost to slake your thirst and satiate your hunger. These include, but are not limited to, Rizzo's Nanner Spank Fresh, Spanks Even Harder, Rizzo's Ground Up, Pound Up fruit drinks made with mostly berries and twigs, and Rizzo's Mini Purpleberry Sweet Balls.
Ah, I'm just one away from unlocking.
That's not
Can we
funny.
figure out what happens to her neck? Why there is a leech there? Seems weird.
Maybe I could hold up my end if your people weren't sabotaging my operations. And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had to bust my Insta coffee maker too? The nerve.
Hold that asinine thought. Who was this armed stranger just wandered into your office? Back up for a fight you can't finish?
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know this fella. I think it's mightily more likely that he's under your payroll. Here to burn down what you haven't already.
Just here to investigate the murder. Go about your business.
I see. Just a visitor then. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your orchards.
Well, shame that you're trying to change that. Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, stranger. There's just been some trouble here of late. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway, and I'm in charge of these orchards. Though it seems like certain groups, which will remain unnamed, are trying to change that. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the usual, at least. Something I can do for you?
I overheard you mention sabotage. Actually, let's start with that. Who are you?
I'm the Overseeing Orchardist of the Purpleberry Orchards. My job is to make sure we hit our production quotas.
Sounds like the kind of job where you're mostly supervising.
You better believe it is. Unfortunately, I also have to fight a constant battle with unproductivity. And we sure as hell ain't winning that right now. We're way behind, and with Rizzo Spectrum Brown set to unveil soon, we can't afford to be this way for long. Hell, it'd look grim for my job even if Slug weren't trying to knock me off my perch.
I get the feeling you don't enjoy your job very much.
Where'd you get that idea? Don't I look happy? Being here is an unemployment sentence. I can't blame anyone else for any screw-ups because I'm in charge. And there's loads of direct scrutiny from the administrator. Those void-damned lab coats in R&D knew that. It was why they sent me here. I think they knew the orchards were gonna start having problems too. Bastards.
So what is it you do as the Overseeing Orchardist?
Supervise, make sure produce gets where it needs to go, cry every couple days. I report directly to Administrator Ludovico, which is more than a little stressful. Okay then.
I overheard you mention sabotage.
Yeah, just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the orchard subcontracted security work from Slug. You know, keep the malcontents on staff from causing too much trouble. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and the recent uptick in worker accidents, we just ain't got the budget for security. And, of course, Slug has decided that instead of being reasonable, they're just gonna sabotage our operations until we start paying them again.
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's was short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Slug is sabotaging us. I ain't paying until they come clean.
What sort of sabotage has there been?
Oh, you know, nothing particularly troublesome. Just rogue exterminator mechanicals, opening fire on anything that twitches within 300 yards of them. We've also got a large group of new saplings, all dead from some kind of toxic substance. Poison, I'd guess. And who could forget the tower processing console, which probably just shorted out and stopped working on its own, even though it's outfitted with 3 separate backup systems?
There are a suite of explanations for what could have happened, most pointing to Rizzo's worker incompetence. My people didn't sabotage anything.
You mentioned an increase in worker accidents?
It's the strangest thing. Like everyone forgot their 10-minute workplace safety seminars. That's twice as long as the next leading brand. Our people should be safety experts. But I've seen folks step on open electrical wires, drop pallets on each other. One damn fool even blundered into a wasp-keto hive. Even as he died, he looked fairly pleased.
You haven't noticed leeches on their necks? I could figure out what's really going on.
Thank the law, some good news. You hear that, lapdog? Truth's coming. Better fess up while you still can outside of an interrogation room.
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat on whom you can pin your own incompetence, I suspect you'll be disappointed. But what do I know? I suppose it's up to your new hiree. I'm sorry you had to come in on such a brusque conversation. Not everyone appreciates the work Slug does on Eridanos.
Especially not folk that Slug is trying to extort.
All right, it seems I need to say it yet again. We're not stomping upon your purple berries or knocking your workers off the planetoid. All we want is for you to pay your dues.
And I want you to stop setting our exterminator mechanicals loose and breaking our machinery.
This is how the conversation has gone for the last hour and a half. As you can see, it hasn't been terribly productive.
What seems to be your problem with the overseeing orchardist?
Well, he's being difficult, as you've no doubt seen. All I'm here to do is enforce an agreed-upon business relationship. But our friend here is disinclined to settle.
Don't tell me to settle. Why don't you settle?
Yes, I'll be sure to do that. I know what you must be thinking, but no, I'm not here to atomize his kneecaps. I just want Slug to get what we're owed.
Is this an official arrangement with Rizzo's?
Much as we love giving the bureaucrats 29% of our profits, technically not. Official contracts have some rather obscene fees and documentation. Instead, our company's opted for a non-official manager's agreement. I'm just here to make certain our friend over there pays on time.
Why would I pay? Ain't it truth to his accusations of sabotage?
If I hear that question one more time, I swear. Look, we just want to get paid. Hampering our clients' productivity is not a good way to get paid. In fact, it's bad business.
Are you sure? You sound a bit like an extortionist.
Do I? Didn't realize that expecting my company to be paid for its work was extortion. You should try telling that to the board. Regardless, Slug's protection service has ensured that Rizzo's has had 0 problems with its shipments at the docks, and all for a reasonable price. We haven't been hostile when their payments came up short either. In fact, Rizzo's is more of a danger to the orchards than us, considering all the workplace injuries. Yes, I think we've spoken enough about that imbecile. What can Slug do for you?
Do you see any sign of Halcyon Helen recently?
Nope. Sorry, but this is the first I've visited this area in over a month. Shame about Helen. Liked her movies.
I could never get past her hair. No one having that many gunfights could have hair that perfect.
Celebs as big as Helen always seem to elicit strong binary opinions in people. But that's neither here nor there.
I'd like to ask you a little more about you.
You're welcome to. I don't have any secrets.
Do you do anything other than make sure Slug's business partners pay on time?
Certainly. When I'm not out on a job, they usually stick me in the Slug mess hall. I may be a service collector, but that doesn't mean I can't make a damn fine triple pie.
That's it. Okay. I gotta go to the toilet. One moment. Back.
You know if bird possums are allergic to trees. Most spend their whole lives in ships within the town's walls.
Beep, beep, beep. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. There is a 110% chance with a 10% margin of error that they were left by Ruth Bellamy, the actress known as Halcyon Helen.
The spacing between each footstep is short and the imprint in the dirt deep, as if determined. It would appear that Helen was in a hurry. The tracks hesitate, partially turning in one spot as if Helen paused to look behind her. She may have feared she was being followed.
Anything interesting?
Helen was in a hurry and she thought she was being followed.
What an amazing device. It must truly be sensitive to the vagaries of the plan. Perhaps when we have a moment later, I can inspect it.
Action quest.
Lovely weather calls for a harvest, I do.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Well, I see the discrepancy there.
That's not funny!
Well, sweet hello there, valued visitor. I am sure sorry to break it to you, but our orchards are closed to all officially guided tours at this precise moment in time.
By everything that's ordained by the architect, what in law's name is wrong with your face? Your smile is terrifying.
Why, thank you! Rizzo's encourages all workers to put on a happy face when engaging with valued customers. Rizzo's does beseech you to please purchase one of our self-guided options if you're wishing to join one of our rejuvenative, relaxing, reformatory tours. Now with a Puzzle Hedges trademark maze hunt and special edition taste testing for an extra 35 bits a ticket.
I got a tour ticket already, but tell me more about the orchards.
An excellent decision you most certainly won't have cause to regret. Now, presently, you're standing smack dab in the pride and joy of Rizzo's nearly natural product development sector. We call this fecund landscape the Purple Berry Orchards, since that's our main crop. But we also sow and grow mock apples, nanners, pea-free nuts, tarmac, and more. Of course, tours of any access level must be suspended during a scheduled pollinization cycle. Our wasquitos are quite territorial and have been known to sting both workers and visitors alike.
Pollinization, swaps, mosquitoes, huh?
Pollinization by killer wasquitos, indeedy. It's cutting-edge Rizzo's technology. But don't you worry, valued visitor. Our pollinization cycles only run when the orchards are empty, for safety reasons. When a pollinization cycle finishes or is aborted, all wasquitos are biologically programmed to return to the hive, their holding pen. Of course, the very last thing Rizzo's would want is a beloved tourist bumbling into the hive and triggering an unscheduled cycle. So you'd best steer clear of it for safety. You'll know the hive by its big, glimmering electric fencing.
Is that a wasp mosquito that affixed to his neck? Are you the groundkeeper?
Yes, indeedy. I've got the wondrous honor of having just been promoted to third keeper of the grounds after the last one disappeared on the job. Gosh, I guess about a week ago now. Before my morning clock-in last Sunday, I was but a lowly nanner peeler picker on the line shift. Now I'm responsible for growing every twig and berry on this vast swath of fertile land.
You don't find it suspicious that the last groundkeeper went missing unexpectedly?
Heaven sweet, no. It's not like he was murdered. He simply disappeared without a trace and hasn't been heard from since. And the groundkeeper before that one? Well, she wasn't missing at all. Her body was found near hive control, covered head to toe in thousands of welts. No mystery, and certainly no murder with what happened there. I mean, you can't exactly hold some wasquitos on trial. Accidents do happen on the job.
Wait, no, we are not glossing over this missing groundkeeper. No one knows what happened to him.
Can't speak for others, but I most assuredly don't. I reckon you could talk to my supervisor, the overseeing orchardist. He would know more. I used to ask questions, but gee, I just don't feel the urge to anymore.
Enough about the orchards.
Gosh and goody gumdrops, but I could talk about the orchards till my lips fell off. Instead, let's talk about whatever interests you, because that's what interests me, too.
Do you know if Halcyon Helen came through here?
Ah, you mean that lovely actor who got herself dead? Damn shame what happened to her. She did come by, but not during any official tour time. I thought she'd hired a private tour at first, but it was Dr. Blossom who was showing her the way to the RR and DD labs. Can't imagine why she'd need to meet with our head researcher on the Spectrum product line outside of her lab hours. Unless, of course, it had to do with the new product unveiling.
And was the spokeswoman for Spectrum's Brown's ad campaign.
That's right. She was. She sure made for some lovely adverts. Maybe it might have involved an issue with the launch batch then? I can't rightly say. All I know is one of our certified tour guides could have given her a much more comprehensive tour of the grounds were that her interest.
Seen any murder weapons lying around? Bottle of poison? A smoking laser pistol? Bloated blonde force object?
Can't say that I have. We use bad batches of liquor for our pesticides. Only the exterminator mechanicals are armed around here. And I haven't seen any bloody objects aside from the usual pair of gardening shears. Unless, that is, Miss Helen was also stung to death by pollinization mosquitoes? She wasn't, was she? That would be a mighty wretched way to go.
I think I've heard enough, thanks.
Of course.
Are you okay? You seem excessively happy.
Why, you say that as if it's a bad thing. I am quite overcome with happiness, indeed. You won't find a Rizzo's worker in all of Eridanos who isn't 100% thrilled in their day-to-day existence. It's part of our brand manifesto.
What do you mean?
Happy workers lead to happy customers. Happy customers are repeat customers. And repeat customers make the charts look better on our weekly profit reports. So if nothing else, it's my responsibility at all times to smile, smile, smile. And you know what never fails to bring a smile to my face? The breathtaking tours we offer throughout the orchards. Seasonally available for purchase in the Nut Hut.
I am on investigation.
What kind of investigation? You wouldn't happen to be from the health inspection office, would you?
That's right. Inspector Mercer here to inspect the health and safety of your crops.
Oh, drat. This distresses me, and I do not like feeling cross. I warned the orchardist this could happen when we halted our monthly bribe to Slug. They were always a reliable go-between, regarding inspections before now. So, what might you be looking to find out, Mr. Inspector?
The overseeing orchardist already told me all about Reese's relationship with Slug.
Did he now? That sounds about right. He has been mightily outspoken in his disdain for Slug in recent months. The overseeing orchardist had the last groundskeeper deliver a contract termination in the place of our regular payment. Rizzo's decided we don't need their services anymore. See, with our new morale-boosting medical treatments, our employees are much more productive. No need for unsightly intimidation tactics.
What exactly is this medical treatment?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to say. Trade secrets and all that. You understand, I'm sure. I do hope this... there's a reason why we keep him behind an electric fence.
I guess they install these leeches. What?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as... Timeline discrepancy.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
I can take a hint.
What the...
that, Captain.
I just wanted to make you smile!
Excellent hit.
Wait, oh.
Chuckles, you are.
The projectile speed is so much slower. Damn it. They're covered in leeches. Yeah, maybe I've hurried to switch the weapons. Like, this is not great. 66 armor? Ugh. Jesus.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Feeling if no one sees.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging...
Stand in awe before our huge Rizzo's Hothouse Conservatory trademark. This building hosts almost as many plant breeds as we have delicious products. Almost. Are you wondering about that omnipresent warm and fragrant mist? That's just our all-natural fertilizing spray, made of pureed Sissy Pig waste products. From nature, back to nature. Our spray is part of the cycle of life. Note, Rizzo's discourages inhalation of its safe and natural liquid fertilizer. In case of accidental inhalation, please record any unusual effects and give that record to the nearest Rizzo's employee as quickly as possible. Remember, you are part of the Rizzo's family. Be kind to your family.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Well, let's check it out, I guess.
Hey, what are you doing in here? Are you authorized to be in the conservatory? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Are you my ex-wife? No, she fell off the side of Eridanos under mysterious circumstances 6 years ago, conveniently rendering our marriage contract null. You must be the new, groundskeeper? That can't be it either, seeing how the new one hasn't died yet. Just who are you?
I mean, it's not going to lead to anything. Like, he's just gonna realize that's just a joke. That's a hard question to answer. Question to answer. Who am I, really? Who are any of us?
Merciful law, that sounds like a lot of philosophism, which is highly outlawed throughout Halcyon. But I won't report you, considering how heavily armed you are. Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes a body forget how stiff he gets bent over plants all day. Oh, seems I'm not as young as I feel.
Did Halcyon Helen come through here?
Indeed. Tromped in and out of the conservatory with no heed for anyone else. Good thing none of my charges were damaged. Starlet or not, I would have had a harsh word for her. I heard she pushed her way into a tour of the RR&DD labs not soon after. She's just a serial actress. Yet she acts like she's deserved of the same access as a co-CEO. Well, she's not going anywhere ever again, which is a shame, of course. Taken too soon and all.
You are botanist, right? What do you do for Rizos?
I sit inside and I look at plants. Goal is usually to make Rizzo's fruit products hardier and sweeter, but for every success, there are a couple of hundred failures. Example, tried breeding native Tripicale with a foreign strain. Would have called it Hexticale. In the end, it bred so fast, workers were swallowed up before they could harvest it. That one, I think, can be attributed to the Waspitos. Some lament their irritability, but their productivity is unmatched. What's a few dead workers in the architect's designs?
Mosquitoes are those angry flying bugs, right?
You say angry. I say efficient. Not only can our Waspitos defend themselves, but Rizzo's investments as well. They come through the orchards only during pollination cycles, as dictated by our hive control operators, which means that visitors usually aren't on the receiving ends of their stingers.
If these things are so dangerous, why are they pollinizing the orchards?
Waspitos only pose a danger to enemies of Rizzo's and the occasional clumsy worker. Those risks are well worth it when you consider their value as a self-protecting investment. Besides, they aren't as dangerous as they seem, unless you're caught outside during a pollination cycle. Then you'll probably get stung to death. Even then, the Hive Control Emergency Recall System ensures that only a handful of workers will die in the event of a breach. Rizzo's has just about thought of it all.
First Rizzo spectrum ever made. It is rather notably achromatic. The quests, I guess. I mean, it's in the quest tab, but also all the junk that we collect to just bring to our ship is also in the quest tab, so who knows.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
I guess I could come back to that. Let's hop here for a second.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This console is 95% non-functional. Remaining 5% functionality stems from display reading console non-functional. Cause of shortout is most likely related to purple residue splattered all across the keyboard.
You've got to be doing this just to mess with me.
It's super sugary with the sweet tang of purple berry and a bunch of other tropical flavors all mixed together. It meshes well with the faint flavor of oil.
substance contains trace amounts of purple berries, fruit flavors, and artificial sweeteners number 35, number 49.
Looking closely at the console tells you not much. There are a lot of buttons. We can't do anything about it. Just investigating. It's one away, goddammit. Should have leveled that up.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Mess them up! Hey, you! You got him!
Let's go!
We are victorious.
Died.
Got him! By the law, we are unstoppable.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Wait, what? Ah, more of her goddamn footprints. Okay. Damn it. I need Exterminator Automech Terminal Access Card. But I could hack it. The question the Rizos intern. The orchard sowing and reaping facility serving the Rizos family. Last user Summers Anna, occupation intern. Activity exterminator automechanical target setting reset. Success. User recording. Finally, you darn thing. Now, how do I? Activity exterminator automechanical target priorities. Parts failed. Invalid parameter. User recording. Oh, come on now. Come now. Work with me here. Activity exterminator automechanical target priority primals failed. Invalid parameter. User recording. Expletive detective deleted. This thing. I'll figure this out later. Activity. No target priority set in 10 minutes. Auto defaulting to all. No. That was just a mistake. Productivity report. Yields are up to 0.003%. Conclusion. The new fertilizer import from Edgewater is working wonders. To bits will automatically be deducted from the user keeper free wages for each viewed entry. Nice. A new life. 2 bits deducted from user wages. Opening log. I always dreamed of living on Eridanos, but the science types always said it was impossible. The gravities crush your bones, there is no breathable atmosphere, blah blah blah. Well, that's why I got the new groundkeeper position, and they are stuck on Terra 2. When the execs are looking to promote somebody, they don't look at the doubters. Oh, I almost forgot the best part. The whole place is automated. Not only do I get a promotion, I also get to work less. All I need to do is make my way to the hive every so often to set the pollination cycles. Aside from that, it's just keeping the local sprats from eating all the purple berries. Things are looking damn fine for Sandra Cullen. Well, Sandra bit the big one. Company policy says due to our marriage contract, I've got to make her position now. Something about discouraging workers from dying on the job, so here I am. Take her position now. Seeing her body once they got the mosquitoes to stop stinging it ain't been great for my entomophobia, fear of insects. Thinking maybe I grab a few spectrums and I find somewhere to hole up until the execs think I've left or died or something. Thought about the purple berry puzzle hedges, but I seen a lot of people go in and not a lot of people come out. No clue what might be lurking in there. I wish I'd stayed on Terra 2. Strange day today. I left the shack only to find a fellow I'd never seen before standing out front. Had his hands deep in his pockets and was looking at me with an odd, hungry kind of expression. Said he either was a slug or worked for one, which caused me no small amount of confusion. Didn't have time to ask for clarification because he immediately started asking me for donations to keep the orchards running. First time I'd seen a con man try to convince a shopkeep that he's actually the one minding the store. Hardly needs anything, but I took my claw rake and chased him off. Here's hoping I don't hear from that loon again. That's odd. Got a call from my boss telling me I was up for a promotion. Fucker always hates me, but so I knew there was a catch. I was right. This new job makes me miss the long-forsaken nanner peeler picker line. I never signed up to deal with gigantic swarms of killer insects. This place is a bad joke, and it ain't all that well told. Now the execs are telling me I've got to come in for some kind of medical treatment. Reckon it'd be safer to take a dive off the side of this floating planetoid. Won't be anything good. Whatever waiting for me.
A man of the cloth.
So you happiness? I just want to be your friend.
What the hell are those then? Parasites? Okay, let's start from where we left.
Timeline discrepancy Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Why do they split? So she went here and then went back, or what?
Congratulations, Inspector.
Oh,
You've
come
discovered more
on!
footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
One off again. Oh, if I had some kind of piece of clothing that... Oh. Wait, maybe these guys have it? Dodge? Tech skills. What? Why doesn't it work? Wait, that's not tech, that's stealth. Yeah, makes sense. Damn it. I need to level up. Or lockpicking piece of equipment.
I'll keep it down. That a bit.
Incoming. I just want to make you smile.
I got it. Time for a drink?
I don't think I ever will need a melee weapon.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
The shaft of the tossball stick is bent and cracked, exceeding tossball regulation requirements. The end
Bits of wicker detected, embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product.
The end of the thing is matted with Rizzo's dark matter chocolate. What? Bits of wicker detected embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product. What does that mean? There was wooden chocolate? Or just part of the handle? It looks as if someone used this tossball stick to completely obliterate a picnic basket. Maybe it is some kind of upper-class mating ritual.
The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick in two are the dedicated hackers, like Black Hole Birdie. Whatever Ms. Ruth Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together instigated a furious increase in his usual strength threshold by 52%.
Bertie didn't take kindly to having his advances rebuffed by Ms. Bellamy, in other words.
Okay. RRDD Lab Security Access Card. This is a key card for the Rizzo's Research and Development District Labs. If you are reading this warning anywhere other than the RR and DD Labs, please return it to the RR and DD Labs for an only moderate extreme pay deduction and a mild reduction of working fingers. Alright, one in lockpick. That still only gets me to 70 with 10 bonus, and I need 80. Ah. Wait, but the hacking gear, it's +7, so 63 it should be fine. Perks, last least. So we are kind of high level already. More science weapon damage. Current cast damage. Okay. Steady hand. After killing an enemy, your weapon sways and accuracy penalties are reduced to 0 for a short time. There's something about blood and violence that helps you focus that's not disturbing at all. Your next attack after killing an enemy is a guaranteed critical hit. Increase the armor rating and skill bonuses from any armor you wear. Bonuses from mods are not affected. Double skill bonus from armor. But I'm wearing a helmet that gives me attribute bonus, not skill bonus. Shit. But it still could be useful, and it's kinda, again, just makes it very useful to just carry around a wardrobe with you at all times. Even more so now. Shit, okay. More capacity. Okay, tactical time dilation. You continue to move at normal speed for a short time. This effect only occurs when your TTD meter is full at time of activation. That's pretty cool. Where you are affected by a harmful combat effect. Like, it would be nice, but like not for this character because he wastes double CTD because of his strength. Whenever you are affected by harmful combat effects, you deal increased damage. Improvised weapons deal vastly more damage and degrade slower than usual. Tossable equipment is not considered improvised. What is improvised? What is considered improvised? Shovel? Like anything that is a tool, I guess? Has that tool icon? When you are at low health, deal increased damage. Headshot skills explode, damaging nearby enemies. 25% of their damage to enemies within 2.5 meters. It's not that great. When you use an inhaler, any downed companions are revived with a small amount of health. What the? That's great actually. But cooldown is 15 minutes. Your ranged attacks reduce the target's armor rating by 1 point per hit. This effect lasts a short time and can stack multiple times for 10 seconds, up to -10. Alright. All area of effect and plasma damage dealt to you is reduced. A small amount of melee damage you deal is returned as healing. Ooh, lifesteal. Reduce the dedication radius of enemies when you have no companions in your party. Detection. Any subsequent attack made on the same target while TTT deals increased damage in TTT. This effect is cumulative, leading TTD resets the damage increase. Okay, well that's great for fast shooting, fast fire rate. Well, more damage for science weapons or extra skills from armor plus extra armor. I feel like that's the smart choice. I still don't have a good science weapon. Max ability bypasses some of the target's armor rating. Okay. So she went here and then what?
Timeline discrepancy detected near analysis. This discarded canister is typical of the R-mounted storage tanks on the Orchard's agricultural mechanicals. However, it is not currently attached to a mechanical. This canister contains a high amount of vinegar in addition to water. Warning: use of vinegar, a known herbicide, on purpleberry saplings is a violation of Rizzo's agricultural standards.
Discrepancy amplifier. Where are these canisters are usually kept?
These canisters can typically be found in the nursery storage building in the Purpleberry Orchards, except for this one, which can be found here.
Initiate a deeper chemical analysis.
Chemical makeup of substance: 50% water, 50% vinegar. Trace amounts of woolly cow feces also detected.
Well, then why is it 50% and 50% adding up to 100 when there's something else? You're lying. Lying machine. Another crazy weapon. 287 damage. This is still crazier. Somehow. I'm taking those. Some more apples. Just regeneration. There should be more footprints leading somewhere. Or is it... or that's it? Oh, this guy is missing. Did he fall off the earth?
Behold Rizzo's all-natural orchards, trademark. Unlike our competitors, who think they can do better than nature, we let nature take its course, only better. Instead of the lowly honeybee, at Rizzo's we have crossbred wasps and mosquitoes to create the all-natural wasquito, copyright. With their elongated proboscises and stingers, these hardy insects are capable of both pollinating our lovely fragrant fruit flowers while at the same time defending them from any and all pests that might harm them in any way. It's an all-natural solution to an all-natural problem, and it's all Rizzo's. Do not pick any fruit in the orchards. Should you encounter a swarm of wasquitos on your trip through the orchards, please refrain from defending yourself. Wasquitos are expensive to breed and maintain, and any damage to the swarms will be billed directly to you, or to your next of kin as appropriate. If you are caught outside during a pollinization cycle, Rizzo's recommends entering the fetal position and/or feigning death. Speaking of death, Rizzo's also recommends avoiding the electric containment field surrounding the hive. Wasquitos are averse to the charge and will not come near the field, but most humans cannot sense changes in air current. Rizzo's assumes no responsibility for any visitor electrocutions.
Mosquitoes. Even their hives look menacing.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Field.
I won't have any new battle scars.
How do we get in then? I guess it's not the time yet. There's also something hostile there.
What do you think they've got in there? Rabid animals? Death traps?
I've already told you 6 times, and I'll tell you 6 more. I don't want a fucking tour! You can badger me all you want. I don't care if I'm from Forest Mills. I'm here as an individual, and I have just as much right to be here as any other visitor. You're welcome to bring a lawyer if you really want to try to force me out, but I can guarantee you that I will bury them.
So do you scream at every single person who approaches you, or am I special?
Don't play dumb with me. How many of you fools have I spoken to by this point? 7? 17? Wait a moment. You have all your teeth. You're not soaked in filth, and you don't look quite as slack-jawed as the regular Rizzo staff. Are you not with Rizzo's?
What made you think I was a worker? Couldn't I be another visitor to the orchards?
Between the lockdown and the fiasco at the Grand Colonial, there are more interesting places for the average colonist to be, which leads me to believe you're no average colonist. Regardless, please inform me if you'd be interested in a job. I've spent enough time out here that I'm starting to itch. I do not enjoy itching. I'm sure you have questions.
You said you're a lawyer. What are you doing all the way out here?
When the going gets tough, the lawyers start going. Some farther than others. I've been a junior lawyer for coming up on 20 years now. And quite frankly, I'm getting old. Hopefully, there will be enough legal kindling out here to fuel my firm for a while longer. And if I find that kindling, I stand to finally get my raise.
You said you work for Forest Mills?
I do indeed. Specifically, I'm their general counsel. Forest Mills, if you somehow don't know, owns Tile, Wentworth, Dock Rocket, and 24/7 Furniture. We're something of a big deal.
You mentioned working together?
I did. You see, Rizzo's has been advertising a contest in the puzzle hedges. Whoever gets to the center first gets a bottle of the first Spectrum ever made, the Spectrum Original. My interest, however, lies with the associated promise, the chance to attend the Spectrum Brown unveiling and meet Halcyon Helen.
No, you don't even know. Helen's dead, but Rizzo's hasn't formally cancelled the contest.
Indeed. You are a savvy one.
Oh, you know.
Rizzo's can no longer make good on their promise, which means this entire contest is one big fraud case. All I need is a single piece of evidence. With the Spectrum Original bottle, which is located in the center of the puzzle hedges,
Didn't
I will
they
have
find
all
it in
I need
someone
to
else's
sue
pocket?
Rizzo's for all they're worth. That's where you come in.
Actually, I think I already retrieved that item. Here.
What? Truly? Oh my law, you really
That's
do
funny.
have the original. Ah, finally. Where have you been all my life, my darling? You and I will make quite a team, won't we? Your pay, good freelancer. I shall win this case in your honor.
600. It's not much.
The Spectrum original appears to have vanished, as it shall from the history books.
Halt.
I'll take your confession now.
Great. It's fighting hedges now.
Don't mess with us.
Fuck, mines? Jesus.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Here we go! Just like that.
Did I hear something?
Make him
Maybe?
regret it. It's my kind of action. That was fun. Oh, yeah!
Getting me the knuckles too hard. Careful, you're hurt. Well done.
The fuck
We're still alive.
was that? Whoa. Oh shit. I am.
Nice, Captain!
Jeez. Other mechanicals now give you the wheelies, and when they are nearby, you are not as effective as you should be. Yeah, but that one I'm not okay.
Returning to normal protocols.
Good.
I've had quite enough of you! Everyone all right?
Seems all my bumbling around this maze was for naught. Someone else got what I was after. But at the moment, I'm more worried about finding a way out.
That's true. Where's the way out? I guess I could fast travel out. But what's the fun in that? Oh, there we go.
Forest Mills thanks you for handing their
Rizzo's would be remiss to fail to mention the Orchard Storage Warehouse. Without this impressive-looking building, there would simply be no orchards. Gaze in amazement at the impressive construction of the front door, the sleek roof and glittering piping, the lush walls keeping this gem hidden from the rest of the orchards. This warehouse is truly, truly a wonder. One can only guess at the secrets contained within.
Hey! Oh, wait. I'm supposed to say the slogan. Okay, you can do this, Anna.
No leech.
Here goes. It doesn't matter if you're you or me. We're all part of the Rizzo's family. How was that?
That was quite enthusiastic.
That was completely splendid. You didn't embarrass yourself or even in the slightest bit.
No jest? Well, that's a wager I sure would have lost. Guess even a busted spectrometer can be right if you hold it to the light, huh? I'm sure you've guessed it,
You
but I'm
know,
not the best at remembering
Another
slogans.
problem with this
And when I can't remember them, I tend to just make them
skill
up.
challenge, you never
But
can
I guess
fail.
that's why I'm just an intern
You never
and not
can
a
get
full-timer.
like an actual
At least not yet.
situation. And they really should just take what's working, like in D&D or at this point Baldur's Gate, really. Just have similar system. Like Disco Elysium had pretty much the same system, but it used 2 dice. We can do something like that. The fixed one's just less interesting. You haven't been causing trouble in the orchards, have you?
What? No, that's ridiculous. I can't tell you I've never made any mistakes, but it'd be pretty hard to keep my job if I were trying to break everything. Though there was the time I tried to fix a broken hinge on one of our mosquito hives and released a swarm. Chased me around the orchards 3 times before I managed to get help.
Remind me how this is not an example of you not screwing up?
Hey, that was one honest mistake. One! And considering the fact that mosquitoes have a tendency to kill people, I think I learned my lesson. As did the rest of Rizzo's. Don't worry though, mosquitoes are typically only about when living folks aren't in the orchards.
If you're trying to distract me from your failings, it's not going to work.
I'm not trying to distract you. And what failings are you talking about? I've been helping the orchards. Hold a moment. You haven't found anything, have you?
I found a strange substance on the processing console. That have been something to do with you?
Well,
Or
maybe.
is it just one in turn?
I might have had a supersized cup of mixed purpleberry punch and lemon slap that I might have knocked over when I was running routine diagnostics. Look, I know what you're thinking, but I have the proper permit to mix those drinks. I just left it in my other work uniform.
I doubt it. I've used that exact same line.
Hey, we have a lot of uniforms. It's hard keeping track of all your belongings.
You're more upset about the drink mix than the fried console?
Product experimentation without an R&D license is even more severe than damage to company property. Wouldn't want anyone thinking I'm making black market mixed drinks.
I found a toxic mix of fertilizer and a weed killer and some purpleberry saplings. Thoughts?
Why should weed killer affect saplings? Weed killer. It's in the name. It should kill only weeds. That really seems like it's more on product design than on me.
Seems a bunch of our exterminator automechs were on the warpath. Anything about that?
Well, yes. The orchards are becoming overrun with pests. Usually we give workers handguns and tell them to go to town, which results in many injured workers and a few dead sprats. Our exterminator automechs only kill mosquitoes, and even then, only if an exec somehow ended up in the orchards during a pollinization cycle. So I decided to do some reprogramming. The reprogramming was easy until I locked myself out of the terminal. Then, when I was running away from the bots, I dropped the terminal access card somewhere in the orchards.
Bots were shooting anything larger than a warp mosquito must not have recalibrated targets.
Believe me, I know that now. Guess I did sort of mess that one up. Law's alive. I really did think I was doing good by the orchards, but with all that you've told me, it sounds like I've done much more harm. I know it's a lot to ask, but is there a chance you could vouch for me to my boss? It might not seem like it, but I've been trying to take the initiative. I really do want to help.
No. I don't know. Wouldn't that enable you to screw up even more?
Well, it could, but not if I'm given proper supervision. Everyone has to learn somehow, right? I guess I'm not sure what more to say. I suppose I just hope you'll make the right decision. If not for me, then for the rest of the Rizzo's workers.
Well, yeah, for the rest of the Rizzo's workers, it's better that you're not screwing things up. Augmented? More armor? Nice. Wait. But it's stealing from this one? Gardener, amount of mosquitoes, blah blah blah. Mosquitoes, spectrum, what cold colors? Not hot, but some of my savings later. Been a long week. The purple berries are growing a heck of a lot faster than the auto mechanicals can pick them. I should be mighty perturbed by what we are wasting, but since I had that treatment, all I've felt is glad about things. Goodness, this promotion sure was a life changer. Speaking of Rudy, I have a feeling you are reading this. Caught you a couple times peering at me from behind hedges and the like. How about you swing by my shack and we bury the hatchet? I am a changed man since you recommended me for this promotion. Got a bottle of Spectrum vodka we can share and a chapter of the brand new Halcyon Helen cereal. Knew you never liked that I got advance copies. Come on by, Jacob. Yarborough. I must admit that when your old superior described you as a misanthropic, low-damned redacted, I did not expect you would ever acclimate to a position so many others have loathed. Productivity is at an all-time high, and what's more, you've not only impressed many visitors with your wonderful attitude, but you somehow seem to get along well with the mosquitoes, or at least they haven't killed you yet. I would like to offer you an unprecedented reward, one-time 15-minute break to be taking at your direction. Well done, Yarbo. Hypotheticals from Carlos. So, Jacob... Oh, it's the same guy. Jacob Yarbo. Yeah, thanks for changing names in the middle of all of that. So, Jacob, got a quick rhetorical question for you. Let's say rhetorically that one of the wilderness exploitation reserve keepers got drunk and thought he'd indulge himself in some after-hours hunting. Let's say he theoretically released our primals and those primals theoretically proceeded to beat him to death with his own rifle, then escaped to the orchards. Obviously, I'm just worrying for the sake of worrying, but if something like that were to happen, and I'm not saying it did, especially since such a screw-up could cost me my job, theoretically, readers may have tested some of their products on these primals, and these primals may have acquired a taste for Rizzo's booze that I know you have stocked in the orchards. Look, if you see any wayward primals, and I'm not saying you will, please, for the love of the law, send me a message. Huntmaster Carolus. Oh yeah, there was a door I haven't been able to open. I forgot about that. Wait, I already have another 10 points? Huh. Okay. Okay, got science to 100. Now I can tinker with a less cost. And it's capped. Now I want to get persuasion up. I'm leveling up like crazy.
We got a fight on our hands. Keeping you! Subtle work, Captain. Our skills are unrivaled.
Well, it's back, right? Wait. No. Where am I? That's the one. Get out! Parts of this node are illegible due to dirt and crushed purple berry smudges. The writing you can make out is as follows. Helen, I know I told you I'd stumbled onto the scoop of a lifetime, but neither of us could have guessed just how deep this would go. Now some slug from the docks is looking for me, asking a lot of questions. It's time to get out. Do you hear me? Don't waste time packing. Just go. As soon as you read this, you'll know where to meet me. Tonight, 10 p.m. in the Grand Ballroom. If I don't show, take the next ship out of here and don't look back. B. Ooh. Too fat. I guess I could go to RNDG.
What kind of insanity is waiting inside the lab for us, I wonder? We've not had the best of luck when exploring laboratories.
Hello? I can hear you out there. If you still possess the majority of your mental capacities, please locate the test room through the lobby and to the left. You'll see me through the glass.
People shot. We tried, I guess. Name Miss Ruth Bellamy. Stage name Halcyon Helen. Description lab tour. Name Administrator Ludovico. Description product presentation. So Ludovico showed Bellamy around. Interesting. Department reception, department utility, cleanup request. Hello, I'm so sorry I haven't had the time to get your name yet and update the terminal. When you have a moment, could you bring a mop to the lobby? Dr. Blossom seems to have had a rather rough night and spilled some coffee on the floor. Thank you. Rizos Research and Development District, serving the Rizos family. Reception terminal. From Blossom to Department, all R&D Labs employees. What in the architect's blue blazes is going on? What in blessed corporate law is all that commotion down there? I don't believe the rocket fuel combination distillery mixture was scheduled for another week. Could someone please inform me as to what the racket is all about? You better have a damn good reason for interrupting my meeting with the administrator. I expect a full explanation and apology with the next 15 minutes, or people are going to start losing jobs. So it was Administrator and Ellen? Miss Bellamy. And then the stock was her name. Wait, I can have stacking? Or will that stack or not? Because it's the same effect hardened. Let's test it. Seems like one buff. There's no way to tell your stats, is there? Okay, there is. There's only one effect. I guess... the recharge.
Not worth it, buddy.
It is his first product. Before Asus was the confectionery juggernaut you know and love today, it was an above-average chemical waste management corporation. On one otherwise unremarkable day, an employee on the slurry stirring shift leaned a little too far over a chemical vat, dropping a single purple berry that had been hidden in his jacket pocket. Instead of being immediately fired for his hazardous incompetence, the employee was given an ultimatum by his supervisor: retrieve the fallen fruit and stay employed. The employee jumped into the vat, swam for the purple berry, and accidentally swallowed it. The rest is history. After he was pulled from the toxic waters, the stirrer stated that the chemical-coated purple berry hadn't been half bad, before falling into a toxic coma, giving his supervisor the idea to sterilize and adjust the chemical mixture for human consumption. Soon the sour, sweet-coated purple berries were more or less edible, becoming Riza's first mass-marketed product, the Purple Berry Bunch.
How in the aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. Oh, void it all. What does it even matter now? What do you want? Speak up and quickly if you will.
Ooh. I'm investigating Halsey Helensmer. Was she here recently?
You do know that Halcyon Helen is a fictional character portrayed by the late actress, Ruth Bellamy, yes? One can't be too sure with so many simpletons around in the day-to-day. Regardless, I am not at liberty to divulge such information with non-employees or personnel lacking security clearance level Spectrum Orange. Of course, if you were to say, contract your services to me, I suppose I could grant you clearance enough to answer your murder-related questions, Mr. Inspector. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive following a recent experiment gone awry. Hence why I've barricaded myself in the lab.
There isn't anything you can do to help?
Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Let me think. Ah, I know. I can remotely unlock the supply closets in the lower levels of the lab. Perhaps you'll find some useful apparatus or two in them.
I can take care of your problem, but you'll need to answer some questions afterward.
Excellent. You have my gratitude, and soon you'll have my knowledge of Miss Bellamy's recent visit as well. Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative
Again,
gas from
the
a
same
terminal in the utility room.
I'm not usually one to recommend senseless killing, but it might be the easier and safer route here.
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down. I'll unseal the access hallway for you now. Do take care.
Mind the gas canisters. This is your friendly custodial staff offering a preemptive apology if the elevator hall is crowded with gas canisters. There are quite a few of them and only one of me, so I'm moving them in loads down to the utility room. Do be cautious. They are filled with a sedative potent enough to put a hungry mama raptidon out cold. My team and I are all heading to the Grand Colonial Bar this evening for some drinking and fellowship. All real scientists are welcome to join us, you know, the ones that produce quantifiable data and theorems and don't spend their time jabbering over how this lighting on that bottle will increase customer sentiment. Cheers from some who understands that market researchers aren't real scientists. Increased protective measures. Team, as we continue our new round of research and product development, I am increasing the request safety gear for lab workers involved. As some of you know, a few recent accidents involving subjects have left workers maimed, scarred, and one worker had their left hand permanently discolored to a shade of lime green. Risa's Research and Development District Labs is expected to continuously produce revolutionary advancements in the food and beverage industry. These measures will help us in further pursuit of that mission. Useless. Almost always. That's barred, okay. They passed right in front of their faces. They definitely are not counted, so you don't need to add stealth to them at all. Shit. Well, this guy seems to stand still. Also so quiet, they're not like muttering or anything, even though
They've reproduced all the comforts of home. Only
it is
difference being
implied.
the Byzantium elites aren't the only parasites here.
Ridiculous.
Whoa, that's a lot of Rizos.
Alright, that wasn't super.
So I presume the sedative worked. Please return for consultation at 1.
Hunting rifle, 17th level. It's not too far off, even on this slow level.
And do remember, unauthorized access to confidential Rizzo's information is a capital offense.
So the loot in boxes seems to tie it to my level, but loot that is left on the ground is fixed. And it's usually like around 30 in this location. Are they dead? What? They don't seem to be sleeping. I've gotten 17 requests from the lab workers that I had to respond to, and also managed to find time to sweep, mop, and buff this whole place. I was hoping that the employee how-to document would help with some of these machines that I've never seen before in my life. But guess what? The asshole left it completely blank. I got a request from Dr. Blossom to hook up the gas lines to some canisters that are mixed with the heavy sedative for dispersal in the lower labs. Luckily, I've got enough experience cleaning all the muck that builds up in the vents to get it all done in a couple of days. Still, I wonder what they're needing this for. I think they took the last of the Raptidons out of the lab last week. I guess the pheromone flavoring results weren't as promising as they had hoped. Experiment participation. Jackpot. Since I read that stupid orientation document, I've been hoping they'd ask me to volunteer for something, and here it is. I get to be a taste tester for the newest Spectrum flavor. I'm heading to the lab right after I fix the clog in the shower. So exciting. How to be a janitor. Oh. Product Innovation Lab Trial K08 has produced moderate results. The zero-calorie sweetener produces 36% of the amount of dopamine compared to popular cigarette brands. It is possible that this is as far as we can go without introducing substances that would categorize this as a tobacco product, and we are already toying the line as is. I'm interested in a trial with a larger set of subjects. However, our lab's resources are getting cut thanks to the new lab that's begun across the hall. Maybe we can offer it to our colleagues in the marketing lab, show them a thing or two regarding proper science. Lab resources. I apologize, but I wouldn't be doing the team justice if I didn't question the budget cuts this lab has seen. We've had to shelf 3 products and we are losing 2 more researchers. Honestly, whatever's being developed in the lab across the hall better be addictive, more addictive than adrenatine. I apologize for our team's outburst at the product presentation. I assure you we didn't intentionally mean to scream in terror and assume the fetal position when Spectrum Brown and its slogans were unveiled. It has to be something the marketing lab did. For law's sake, they aren't even real scientists. Subject stop immediately from Blossom. I am sending this message to both teams in the marketing and product labs. I do not know the extent of your squabbles, but they end here. If it weren't for the incredible projections Spectrum Brown shows, which all be out of work after that embarrassment at the presentation. I expect more from both departments. Dr. Brown, from Blossom, what in the Arkansas Blue Blazers? Okay, that's we already read.
Just who in the... Oh my law. It's you. Wait. What do you think you're...
We better hurry, Captain.
Just when we were gonna get some answers.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Well, I'm assuming we won't be able to catch that person. That's not happening in real time.
Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead. But recently, they were still alive.
I'm sure you're yet this victim's loss of blood is oddly minimal.
These puncture marks. It looks like she was injected with something.
Although you distinctly remember hearing gunshots over the intercom, you don't see any bullet casings. Whoever Dr. Blossom confronted over the intercom, they dispatched her and all four of these scientists without much resistance. Means they must be well trained, some kind of sharpshooter or adventurer.
Well, they're definitely dead. Any idea what happened?
Five kills and in and out before we could catch a glimpse of a culprit? I'd expect more blood.
As would I. Something is off about this whole situation.
The leaps of my priest. So tasty. Can't focus on anything else. Download confirmation. File deleted was successfully downloaded to external data cartridge. From Administrator Ludovico. Subject Halcyon Helen's lab tour. Apologies for the late notice, but Miss Bellamy has requested a tour of the facilities while she is visiting Eridanos as Halcyon Helen. Please prepare for her arrival in the morning. R.A. Note to self. Blossom to blossom. Well, Leonora, you did it again. At long last, you located a bottle of Spectrum Black hidden in a crevasse of musty shelf space in the storage warehouse last night. Not much closer to finally getting the Spectrum Gatling to work. And what happened? You got all the way back to the water tower before running into a group of primals already diverting themselves with fruits of the fermented variety. One bad blackout later and here you are, covered in primal vomit, without the Spectrum Black. Get it together. What? Hidden in the crevasse of musty shell? In the storage warehouse? But then she lost it to primals? Should I even remember that? Parasite findings. Lab terminal tests involving the parasite Eridanium gigaseus have produced astounding results. Even when compared against our most promising methods of producing a brain chemical dependency, the pheromone the Eridanium gigaseus secretes produces dopamine more efficiently than anything on record. Further tests will continue researching how much of the compound we can introduce to subjects and observe the effects. Despite our less than ideal presentation to administration, the product impressed for two main reasons. As mentioned before, that this product will produce that boozy feel-good stimulus like no other, but more importantly, the pheromone's makeup is completely unique, which means there are no regulations surrounding its classification. The idea of a completely addictive product with zero laws surrounding it would certainly justify any means.
Why do I get the distinct impression someone's trying to stop us?
Collect all 8 variants of Spectrum Vodka? Why? Weapon required loaded Spectrum Vodka array to be functional? Weapon? Error, not all Spectrum flavors are present. Is that a science weapon based on vodka? Spectrum Gatling terminal. The Gatling taunts me from behind its glass cage. The infernal void damn thing refuses to work, and I know the exact cause. It's me. Why am I wired like this? Why? Whenever I tried to fiddle with the internals sober, I broke parts off, or connections failed to fire, or pieces stuck out of the casing and shorted out other components. So of course the solution was obvious: get at least a little plastered prior to the work period, every work period. When I'm relaxed, my hands don't shake and it's so much easier to see where things should fit or how to bridge certain connections. The problem, of course, is that I also get artistic. Why should a weapon work on mechanics alone? Why shouldn't you have to, say, slot one or of every single fucking kind of Spectrum Vodka into the thing before it will fire for the first time? I don't even know if it's tied to the weapon's internals or if it's some kind of lock, but it seems like it should fire and absolutely will not. I have to get one of every kind of Spectrum, including black. I can only hope the storage warehouse has had a recent shipment of the entire Spectrum, or all this will have been for nothing. I have to be the dumbest genius this side of Halcyon. Did I need that first release bottle, or is that
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
It's not gonna... Oh, whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... Phew. This is Dr. Blossom. Eridanium gigaseous Slug Research Report 1. Subject: a bunch of slugs. Ugh. These things may well be Rizzo's ticket to the top of the board. But at the end of the day, they still look like my brother would if he ever stopped wearing that damn toupee. Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy undersides of a teacup canid. Much like my brother, who works for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. The backstabber. Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid as my research staff. Good stuff. Oh, whoops. Got some spectrum on the dissection subject. It's fine. Yeah, I think I see a couple sacs in the worm. Might secrete enzymes or poison or something. We'll figure it out later. Starting to see double, so I'm going to switch to working on the Gatling. Almost got the spectrum locked down.
Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
The gauge at this vent probably isn't supposed to be gaping open, but beyond that, it's difficult to tell if someone used it to enter the lab or to escape it from. There's a cut wire in the box. Someone wanted the power cut to something, but you are not quite sure what. Well, these scientists were stuck? Or did they lock themselves? We'll try. Ooh. I like this. 126 damage. Still can't really beat this. But it's a nice gun. End of the spectrum. So this versus that. Actually better, even though it's plasma. Guess that's it. Can we climb out the same way? No. And what is the weapon itself?
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence.
Oh.
Please evacuate the orchards at this time.
Somebody.
Releasing the waspitos for pollinization. Cycle is now in progress.
Am I the only one not surprised by this? Someone must be getting too close to the truth.
How are we going to fight mosquitoes with guns? Ludovico. Report 2. But he was involved in that. Like, he showed Bellamy. He did the tour for her. It could be him who's going around killing people. Alright, well, gotta go though. I'm getting hungry. We'll be back in a few hours, probably. We'll continue the same from the same spot. Alright.